Okay, you ready to start?
Yep, I'm already on. Alright, we're going to steam an apartment carpet with a Dupray neat. We've allowed it to heat up, he's just priming the pad.
Yowza.
Alright, the Dupray neat's rated at 275 degrees at 50 psi. And what we're using is the floor tool that comes with the neat, and we're using a floor pad that also comes with the neat. And we're using that to clean carpets. And one thing that's nice is when you're using this thing to clean carpets, the pad helps keep the heat in, and it actually heats up pretty good and maintains enough heat that you can pretty much go wide open. You don't have to stop and let the unit catch up. It maintains sufficient pressure and heat to keep on steaming. It's kind of an overcast day, so I hope the lighting is good enough that you can see what's going on. And the camera may compensate for low light.
Open the back door.
Yeah, it's too dark.
It's too dark, I think. It may not be on camera, but it is to me.
Well, the camera's going to try to compensate for the low light by boosting some things, so hopefully this is looking fairly accurate.
The truth is, it's coming out nice. This isn't a real dirty carpet as far as big, heavy dirt back stains in it, but I'll tell you what, it's a soiled carpet that's naturally been abused.
Is that the refrigerator running?
Air conditioner.
Air conditioner came on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say the neat usually doesn't make it.
I hope it's not the heater.
The neat usually doesn't make noise when it's running, except for the sound of steam moving through. Just to get the preliminaries out of the way, I'll put a link in the video description for the neat, which is an Amazon.
That's the heat. Can you fix it?
Yeah, it's basically an Amazon exclusive right now.
I can feel heat coming right out through the thing.
Oh man, I can't see.
Just turn it off.
Well, I'll have to wait till you're away from it.
That won't be very long.
Yeah, it's springtime now, and
Someone left the heater on.
yeah, it's pretty pleasant temperature. But probably when the people moved out of here, they left their heat on because it was cold when they left.
You can get in here now.
And so they never bothered to. Let me see. Well, I guess
Watch out for the hose. It's behind your feet.
yeah. I can't see this little display.
Almost need some reading glasses, huh?
Yeah. Well, let me turn it down to.
Yeah, turn it down to like 60 degrees.
I'll turn it down to 40, and hopefully that will hopefully work. Okay, it's on heat. I turned it to 40. It should shut off in a minute. It shouldn't come back on.
And that's going to run until it gets to 40. Well, no, that ain't right, is it?
Well, anyway, back to the carpet. So these carpets are in pretty good condition, but we did put down a pre-spray. Now we put pre-spray down because that's part of what we charge our customers. It's for the chemistry, and so we don't just steam the carpets. We use a pre-spray, but you don't need a pre-spray with the steamer. But we use one just because that's part of the service we provide. But this thing, basically, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between when a pre-spray is down or when you don't use one, unless you have like some really dark traffic areas.
It does help to lift up. The pre-spray will help to emulsify the dirt and the darkness. You can get it out if you don't have the pre-spray, but instead of making 1 or 2 passes, you might make 5 or 6. So, but yeah, you can do it either way. Now where I'm at right here, over here, this is a dark area. It's just taking it right out. I don't know if it shows the camera, but it's a traffic lane. This is where people had their couch sitting, and that's where their feet were at. They had some dirty feet on, some dirty shoes. You can just tell by looking.
So it's an easy method to keep your carpets refreshed and cleaned.
It's an easy method to deep clean.
Yeah, and it deep cleans. We've noticed that a lot of times people vacuum before we arrive, and this thing breaks loose all the embedded debris that's down on the base of the carpet, and it pops it to the surface. So you'll see like a clump of hair or something like that can pop up.
Oh yeah.
And it does a good job breaking all that stuff loose. It gets all the way down to the base of the carpet, and since it's a low moisture method, you don't end up with soaking wet carpet. Your carpet's dry. You know, sometimes they're dry by the time you finish a decent sized room, the part you started in is already dry. But in any case, they'll be dry within an hour.
Now, one of our buddies asked us, he's a carpet cleaner in Austin, he said, how fast does it, because he bonnet cleans, he said, how fast does it work? And if he's watching this, it works pretty fast.
Yeah.
And we've done some really dirty carpets in this fast. I've never had a room I've been in that took over 12 or 14 minutes, and I mean the dirty places. It just works.
And you're going to get, when you're doing carpet cleaning, you're going to get 50 minutes of trigger time, we'll call it, with the neat. So
if you fill it up to the maximum level.
yeah, if you fill it full.
If you fill it partial, then you might get 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes.
And it does, it takes less than 10 minutes from the time you fill it up.
I'm going to heat up a minute because I'm getting ready to do this dark area here. I don't know if it shows the camera, but this is not the direction the carpet is. This is dark. It's foot stains, shoe stains.
Well, these carpets have been in place for a long
black
time.
sole shoes coming off on the carpet when they rub their feet back and forth. You can tell the couch went right here. And this is where their feet went, and the TV went that direction. And it's obvious.
It's green.
I'm going crazy. Okay, here we go.
Okay, one of our viewers asked about how often do you have to change the pad on the bottom. And the truth is, you really don't need to worry about it too often, and I'll tell you why. When the steam penetrates the carpet and basically breaks loose the embedded debris, and what it does is that stuff, basically because of the 50 psi, you're going to have that stuff kind of, it's like it's blasting it loose from the carpet fibers. And when that stuff basically starts to come up, it's airborne. And the pad just basically sits there and collects the stuff as it comes up. It's not really so much absorbing as it's just catching.
Now, if you do get one of these and you want to change the pad, you can change it at your own discretion.
Yeah.
If the bottom of the pad I notice is super black, I'll change it even though it don't necessarily have it. I will change it out if I feel like, this don't seem right. But normally we'll go through a whole apartment or, 2 or 3 bedroom home or whatever and not change the bonnet. They don't need to.
Yeah, it doesn't work the same as like if you're familiar with bonnet cleaning equipment, where you do actually have the bonnet absorbing the dirt and the stains as you go. This isn't really doing that so much. This stuff's being vaporized and it's becoming airborne. And what the pad does is, number one, the pad helps retain your heat, and it gives you something to glide across the surface, but it has a little bit of scrubbing ability to it too because of the texture.
Yeah.
But the absorption is not as big a deal on this type of equipment.
This area I just took out is more or less, it's a pretty heavy traffic area where I'm at right now, all the way down the line there. And it's just taking it right out.
Yeah, to the naked eye anyway, it looks clean. Sometimes the camera picks up things because it's able to see things that the human eye doesn't see.
If the camera's picking up something, what it's picking up is abrasion,
Yeah.
not dirt. If the dirt's out, it's out. If the camera can pick up the carpet abrasion. Sometimes if the net gets abraded, it leans the other direction and creates a shadow. And when it does that, you can see it on the camera. All you're seeing is a shadow, but it looks dirty, but it's just I see it with carpet cleaners all the time. They'll say the carpets look great, and I'll be watching a YouTube video like, it don't look that great to me, but I know they did a good job because they said they did, and I trust them, because I know who some of them are. But yeah, a carpet abrasion will look like a dirty carpet on video, and people watching the videos can't tell, but the carpet cleaner can.
He's almost done. All we have to do after that, we use a carpet rake, and I'm not going to actually rake this room because we're going to be walking through it a bunch, but I'll put this down here and kind of, it's hard with one hand, but I'll kind of show you what the carpet rakes do. And I don't usually use it quite this way, but all you really want to do is you go along and you rake out all the footprints, and you can make the carpet look uniform. I may show how this looks after it's raked, depends on how the video goes.
Oh no, this is a 2-bedroom apartment, but we're going to show us this living room, the hall, and a small bedroom, and then we're going to do the bigger bedroom on another separate video. Come on.
Yeah, because otherwise it'd be a 25-minute video. And
you can open that door and try to
that's
hold
too
it
long.
open, it'll make a lot more light.
Yeah, I'll stand in this.
Otherwise it's going to be dark.
Yeah, this will be a separate video because it's a big room and a big closet and everything. So go ahead.
Hang on a second.
What's the matter?
I was going to something. Let it go ahead and turn green. It's been running for a good long while. I kind of worked it to death.
Watch your cord on the side.
Yeah. There we go. Green means steam.
So what you do is if you use a pre-spray or not, that's your choice. What you do is you go over your carpets, and then if you're doing this for like a customer, then you would want to maybe use a carpet rake, so you can make the carpets look all uniform, and it makes them, they're already basically dry, so you're not really making the carpets dry evenly, because they've already basically are dry, but you're helping to make the carpet just look nice.
You're just providing an appearance.
Yeah, it makes it look like new carpet for the most part. You can't fix the wear, but it helps the final appearance.
That's it.
Now, if we're in an occupied home or something like that, and the people are going to be walking around and everything, we don't usually rake, because they're on the carpets the whole time, and we just do the job and get out. But this is an empty apartment, so you can rake it, because it's going to look really nice when people come in here to, if they're thinking about renting an apartment or if they're just moving in. It makes the carpets look really great when they first show up, till the first footprints are put in it.
Yeah, till the first dog is peed on the carpet,
Yeah.
which will happen right away.
Everybody has dogs these days.
Everybody.
Every single
Especially in
every single
apartments.
person brings a dog in, whether they're supposed to or not.
I think a dog is an apartment. People in apartments just insist on having them.
These days they do.
I don't know why, but it's a thing. Got to get an apartment. Got to have a pet.
All right.
Got to sneak the pet in and not pay a pet deposit.
Well, of course, it's $500. You don't want to pay that.
Yeah, that's kind of the normal routine these days with people. That's the attitude they got.
All right. All right. These carpets were vacuumed before we arrived, and they did a good job.
They did pretty
I haven't
good.
seen anything pop up yet.
No.
So we're trying to show people in real time about how quickly you can actually clean. Of course, if the carpets were, a lot dirtier, we'd have to slow down some, but
Not
This-
much,
yeah, this carpet looks nice, and it's coming clean really quickly, and we're just basically refreshing the carpet at this point. There's been a high turnover at this complex recently, so a lot of these apartments, they've only had someone living there a month or two, and they're having to reclean the carpet, so a lot of times they haven't really got a bunch of dirt in the carpets yet, so they just don't have time to get all that dirty, which is good for us.
Yeah, I mean, we just assume clean carpets. They're fast and easy. There's one way we can do 5 or 6 jobs a day, and there's one way we can do 3. Dirty carpets take longer.
Yeah, you got to use a lot more chemicals. You got to spend a lot more time, and so
Yeah.
these are the ones you. If you do carpet cleaning, these are the ones you love, because you're going to be able to make them look good without having to put nearly as much effort in as you would on a really dirty one, and they're just quick, easy money for you.
Well, the dirty carpets make the neat looking videos, but the truth is they're a pain for the carpet cleaner to do.
Yeah,
They may look good to the view and audience, but the carpet cleaner hates them.
oh yeah, they make good videos, but they're not everybody's favorite thing to be doing, because it's
No.
there's just so many steps involved with getting everything out. So I hope you're noticing that the Neat actually is maintaining a really good steam and really good pressure, and it's keeping. We basically are going for the most part non-stop and not having any issues.
No, it runs for a long time. I let it charge up all the way. Oh, every so often, but I'll go a long ways before I do, because I can.
This was another surprise last-minute thing.
Yeah, we just found out an hour ago.
So a lot of people ask us
So we
about.
got out here.
Yeah, a lot of people ask us about carpet cleaning, and they want to get started in something like this, and they don't know what to expect. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown of how it works a lot of the times. Sometimes you're super busy, so this doesn't apply, and you have scheduled jobs. But mostly what happens is you decide you got the day off, and you can finally go take care of some personal business. That's when the phone always rings. The phone rings whenever you're about to get a pizza delivered, or when you're about to sit down for supper, or you've got a movie you're planning on watching and you're finally starting it up, and that's when the phone rings. And it's always somebody who wants something done right now, because they waited till the last minute to call you. You've got no advance warning. You got to be able to react and go. So in a way, you're kind of on call every day. Even on Christmas Day, if somebody calls and they want a carpet cleaned, it's up to you if you want to make money that day or not. You don't have to do it.
Like the fire department. You
Well,
don't know when it's done. Now, you don't want, if you don't want to run your business like that and you want to tell people I come out tomorrow, you can. But we pretty much operate on it. If you call, we come.
well, the thing is, if you don't react immediately,
You could lose
then
your jobs.
they're going to try to find someone who will. And it depends on what you're doing. You know, like we're supposed to go to a wedding on Saturday. And so the chances are really good that if we are at that wedding and somebody wants a carpet cleaned, we'll probably tell them we can't come right now. But you never know. We might decide to go clean carpets and skip the wedding.
I think I'd rather go clean some carpets and skip the wedding.
Yeah, I mean, there's somebody we don't really know that well. So, but anyway, so these last minute jobs, that's pretty much how your life's going to be. You always have a phone handy and you're always waiting for it to ring. And when it does, you want to react. If you can, you want to react immediately and try to get on that job. Now, when you get busy enough that you've got a lot of jobs scheduled and everything, then you don't go to jobs immediately because you've already got people waiting on you.
There's times where we can't get up to something for 2 or 3 or 4 days, but you know, if you can go, you go. I mean, there's nothing wrong with working 18 hours or 20 hours a day if you're making, you know, if you're making $100 an hour.
Yeah.
Go for it. Don't turn that stuff down because it may not come back around for a while.
But apartment complexes are one of those things. If you do get in apartments and stuff, they're really bad about giving you last minute notice.
Real bad.
They usually call you. For some reason, they like to call you when somebody's getting ready to move in.
Oh, that'll be another video.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop that there. We'll tell you more about the ins and outs of this stuff in another video, but that's the basic thing. Check the video description, and I'm not going to rake this right now, so I'm not going to show the final result because we have to walk on this a bunch until we finish the whole job. So, hope you enjoyed watching the NEAT do its thing. Until next time, thanks for watching.